Hello, Dan Lok fans, and welcome to the channel again for another lesson today where we're going to talk about how to develop a millionaire skill set. Now, I know you might be thinking, where's the millionaire sitting in the chair? You know, I want to hear from Seafood Dan now. I actually was going to share with you guys a private conversation I had with Seafood Dan a few months ago because, you know, we see a lot of questions coming in from you guys as the fans in the comments below about, you know, what does it mean to have a high income skill and what kind of high income skill am I best for? And of course, how do I take that skill and maximize it to truly create life-changing income for myself, my family, you know, or to travel the world, things like that. So I remember having a hard time because I was starting to do many different things, and I was like, well, Sifu, how do you develop a millionaire skill set when you talk about having a high income skill? He said, Blake, you're thinking about it too linearly. Like you're thinking too linear, where it's not a straight line all the time, and you got to stop thinking about it like that because you have the ability, especially with the right mindset, to develop yourself and your skills exponentially and in a quantum way where one skill can affect another. So he explained a little bit further and told me that when he got started, if you may or may not know, he started out as a copywriter. He was doing copywriting and he went really deep on that one skill, right? Which we all know by this point, if you've been following the channel for a while, and if you're new to the channel, you should master one high income skill first. And you go really deep on that skill and really understand it before you move on to another skill. But I was too stuck thinking in this linear path of thinking. It was at that time where Sifu finally told me, you know, you don't have to think about it like this, because once you get to a certain depth of that rabbit hole of, let's say it's copywriting, then I went on to understand marketing, and I went down into marketing. But the interesting thing is that even though Dan was just getting started in marketing, he had so many principles of marketing that held true from his studying of copywriting that he was able to take that new skill of marketing and expand it and do so in an exponential way, because a lot of the copywriting principles apply to marketing. So if a client needed his help to make a funnel, he can actually write better copy for the funnel, and now he knows how to set the funnel with better copy, because the copy can make the funnel convert, you know, 2-3 times more, sometimes 5 times more than anybody else that just knew how to set up a funnel, but they didn't understand the copywriting principles. When you guys are thinking about what skill should I develop, or how do I become a millionaire based on my skill sets, well, the way that Sifu told me that he did it was by stacking on his skills. So if you're gonna take one thing out of this video, just remember that you can stack your skills, but you have to do it in a strategic way, because ideally you want your skills to stack on top of each other so that by the time you're working on your third skill or your fourth skill in life, they all work together to amplify one another. Let's say you get started on copywriting first. You know, you got a really good hold of copywriting, but you notice that maybe you're not that good at getting clients. So then you study closing and the skill of high ticket selling, that you can charge higher retainers and you have no trouble getting clients anymore. And then that skill complements this skill. And then once you go from there, you can actually do, let's say consulting, or you want to get into digital marketing, which is something that Sifu did as well. And then what happens is this copywriting skill and the closing skill, now you can charge even higher retainers, and now you've got some experience closing those deals, that skill has gone even deeper down. So now your copywriting skill is like this, you've got your closing skill, and now you're already building that third skill. But the key is to do one at a time and let them build on each other. But he got to a point where he was able to become one of the highest paid consultants in the world because he understood so many different skills that he was able to apply to every business that he dealt with. So when you guys are thinking about how do I develop that millionaire skill set, start with one, master it, and then think of what could logically pair with that skill to allow yourself to charge higher retainers for your clients. You're able to deliver more value. You're just able to develop more income for yourself because you can demand that, because you're able to provide so much value. Now, the millionaire question in the room right now is, how do I know what skill to start with? Us over at the marketing team, combined with the help of Sifu Dan himself, have actually put together a high income skill quiz just for you guys for being loyal fans of the channel. All you have to do is basically click the link in the description or click the link here or here. It's gonna be somewhere on here. and you just take this quiz. It takes 5 minutes or less, and we'll tell you what skill you should start with and what training you need and exactly everything you need to know based on your high income skill profile as to what you should focus on first. So take the quiz and we'll see you on the other side.